Prepare to be amazed.
How you doing, everybody? This is Jason's House of Fun and Video Games, bringing you today an interesting video. The reason why it's so interesting is because I've always said on this channel that I don't ever want to have to get rid of anything I've gotten. But at the same time, when I made that statement, and even if I made that in my current location, when I made that back in Mass, many years, and over the years I've said it, I had a lot more space to work with. So clearly you could see from here and from some of the video footage I'm going to show you. You can also check out my game room tour. There's plenty of reason to do that because who doesn't want to see a game room? I look at them all the time. But with that being said, you can clearly see that I have a constricted space to work with. And what you don't normally see off into the wilderness over here to in front of me is the closet of doom. We all have a place where we put a bunch of stuff that we can't figure out where to put. And clearly I've taken up as much realty space as I can in this room, and it's time to pull the trigger on getting rid of some games. Now the games I'm going to get rid of, are they going to be worth a ton of money? Am I looking for eBay prices? Am I going to any auction sites with them? No, I'm not. That is a little too much work for me. And quite frankly, I don't have time for it. But hopefully, when I go to this video game store that's not too far away from me, but far enough away where it's a little bit of a drive, that we'll be able to get at least something for them. Now remember, most of the games that I'm going to be selling, I got from thrifting at the Goodwills, Salvation Armies, other random thrift stores that I can't remember the name of. We've gone to a lot of places and we've gotten a lot of games over the last couple of years. Some of them, I'm sure at one point I wanted to play, and some of them I just didn't get around to. But at the end of the day, the whole point of what I'm doing here today is making some space. Like the shirt, I don't care if Halloween is past and gone. Halloween's every day here. Clearly you can see. So, with that being said, let's take a look at some of the games that we're going to pull the trigger on. Sell off, and maybe we'll be able to get something else better today. All right, everybody, we are back. So, let's go over some of the goods I'm going to get rid of. Just sell, get some new stuff maybe, make some room in the game room. Things that I've played, I have doubles for, etc., etc. So, Manhunt, this is an awesome game. Why would I get rid of this? Because I have a double of it. I'm not going to do this for everyone, but I'm just going to kind of give you a glimpse. Most of these are complete. This look pretty good. But like I said, we've got to make room. And they are either doubles or things I've already played and don't want anymore. But they'll hopefully go to a home where they'll enjoy it. Some good old SpongeBob SquarePants. I'll have to remove these out of the app too, so I don't get confused on what I have and what I don't have. My CLZ app for gaming, it keeps track of all my games and gives me a rough estimate of what my collection is worth. I highly suggest that you take a look at it and think about getting it if you want to organize your collection. And again, I don't ever claim that something's good, bad, or indifferent unless it's my own opinion. I am not paid by any of these companies whatsoever to talk about any of this. Just a disclaimer to throw out there. It's my own personal opinion. So, got some decent things. A gun. I have two of these. I didn't know I did. They're both complete. Pretty sweet. I think this is a Pirates of the Caribbean game. Got some sports filler. You know you have to have that. Not surprised that's complete. So, most of them will be. Some Dave Mirrors, Freestyle BMX. Actually might not get rid of this one. This one I've been holding on for a little bit, so that one might be put to the side. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of whatever that name is. It's based on a Harry Potter game, so pretty cool. Greatest Hits edition. The GTA Vice City. Oop. think that case is hurting. But already have this, picked it up again. I have a GTA San Andreas. I have a few of them, but one of them that I had doesn't have the disc in it, so I don't know how that happened, but what are you gonna do? Incredibles, Madden. I'm kind of doing this at the same time to double check everything, because there's nothing worse than going to some place to take care of something and what you thought you had, you do not. So Tiger Woods. This looks like a pretty good one. Collector's edition from Madden 05. Pretty sweet. But not really sure on this one. I may keep this one. So Madden 07. There's a few of these football games are worth a lot. I think it's a NCCC or NCAA 14 or something like that. That's a pretty expensive one, but these ones are not very expensive. You get some NBA Live. The Heat. Some Call of Duty games. Gotta thin out the herd on this one. I've got enough of these to last me a lifetime. NHL. 2K3. Call of Duty. Another one. Has the dogs barking in the background. But we also got some other games that, oh, I do have a San Andreas that I'll be getting rid of. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. Double Dragon. This is a second copy. That should be a good one to get us a decent amount of money on. Not a whole lot, but again, we're not expecting that. We're just expecting a decent amount of money. This is a, I don't even know if I got this second hand or if it's an older version or what this is, but I have another copy of this as well. So, and Blades of Steel. I have 2 copies of that. So, Mario Superstar Baseball Bestsellers Edition for the GameCube. I already have another copy. I just have the regular. I don't need 2 versions of one game. So, and I believe this is the San Andreas I was talking about. Has the instructions, the map, and everything like that. This looks in pretty good condition. So, there we go. So, this is what we're going to get. And let's see what we're going to end up getting out of it. Goodwill. I've never been to one before. I think it's pretty cool. Got some goodies, folks. Wow. This place is busy. It is really crowded everywhere today, so shooting in these places isn't the easiest thing to do, and it is what it is, but not really anything on the game side, but you know your boy got some cool stuff, so off we go to the game store. got a reasonable price for what we were looking for, and as they say, beam me up, Scotty. Alright, guys and girls, we're back in the game room. How did we make out? I wish I could have got a lot more footage than I actually got today, but it's okay. I got a few things I'll go over with them, so it'd be kind of like a little mini thrift time and finds, because we haven't done that in forever. And plenty more of those to come, I'm sure, but slim pickings out in the wild. But we still got some cool stuff, so we're definitely going to check those out. But let's go over the stuff in regards to the video game store. So I'm not even going to say the name of the place. When I went in, the person who runs the store is usually upbeat, you know, having good conversations, talking about games and stuff. Today was not one of those days. So I guess some people, you know, it happens. We're all entitled to an off day. So me asking him permission to shoot in his store, you know, capturing footage or whatever you want to call it, was just something I wasn't willing to do today. A little disappointing because he does have a very nice store, and I've been to it a few times now, but you know what, at the end of the day, you just got to make decisions that don't always benefit you, I guess. Hey, we still got some great things out of it. So out of the whole ordeal, I had two options: cash or put it towards something you're going to buy in the store. So obviously I'm going to put it towards something I bought in the store. Luckily for me, I picked up some things so I can actually test a few systems that I have, and you know, maybe eventually get them ready to be sold. I've got a few other things to get for them, but I'm going to go over those first. And the amount that I got was about $60. So is that really worth all what those games are worth? There's a lot of shovelware in there, a lot, but there's some good games in there. There's GTA, I think Vice City was in there. I know San Andreas was in there. Those could go for a little bit of money. And Manhunt. Those are the ones I probably should have tried to sell a different way, but I didn't. You know, I've held on to them long enough and procrastinated on them, so it was just time to make a move, and hopefully somebody else will be able to enjoy those, because they're really good copies. Everything I gave him didn't have any major issues with them that I noticed, so, and neither did he, so we came to an agreement. And I pulled the trigger on some goodies that will lead to hopefully more funds to get more stuff. Now that we have some room. You can't see it here, but in there. More so. So first thing up is going to be the aftermarket AV cable for the Sega Genesis. I got two of these. And why did I get two of them? I'll go over that in a little bit. This one is to go with the system I'm eventually going to sell, or maybe not, but you need AV cables, and what's the other thing you need? AC adapter. So AV cables, I'm willing to go third party. AC adapter, first party only. Why? I don't know in regards to the current or anything like that. I mean, it clearly says it on there, and it has to be regulated and all this stuff. That's because you test, but which could be the same thing with this, I guess. But for AC adapters, me personally, I only want to go first party, except for one, which is what I got, because I just got it as a bundle, and I'm sure it'll be fine. I've tried them before, but for Genesis, NES, I prefer first party. For other systems, I could do third party. I don't know, I'm weird. Don't judge. This one right here is an NES cable. So it's an NES AV cable. Now, why did I get two of these? This is because I have two NESs that I want to take a peek at, see if I can maybe clean up and get ready to be sold, or maybe have it as a backup. So got some cables today. It's a cable kind of day. And this one right here is called the Lost Cable Kit. So I think that's funny because I don't have the cables for this. I have multiple Wii's, and one of them I don't really need. You know, I've got one that's working. I've got another one for backup, and I can really just get rid of this one. But this one has two different cables for it. I'm going to test them out, obviously, whether it's component or AV. Also has the sensor bar, and it comes with the AC adapter. AC adapter looks like it's the right size and it's the correct voltage. So this is one of those times where it was a bundle. I figure I pulled the trigger on it because I haven't been finding many things out where I am in the wild in regards to this kind of stuff. So, I mean, what am I going to do? So, hopefully we'll be able to make some money on that if we decide to sell off a few more things to go from there. Now, as far as the things I got from the Thrifty, we got a few things. We checked out a Salvation Army. We checked out the new Goodwill, as you saw. Well, kind of saw. So we'll go over some of our finds there. Some of them are for me, and some of them are for my boy. Right here's one I've been kind of debating on. I've seen it a few times in the wild. It hasn't been in the best condition, but it is nostalgic for me. Space Jam. And you've got the music from and inspired from the movie. So this movie was great. I haven't seen the one with LeBron James. I think there are certain things, certain movies that we should just leave be. They were good the way they were. They don't need to be rebooted, restarted, nothing. You can't really judge a movie unless you see it, but this is one of those movies where it just hit at the right place, the right time, and I'm guessing it probably didn't work again, but who knows? There may be some people out there that like it, find it entertaining. I'm sure a lot of the young ones did, which is fine, but Space Jam, there's only one to me. And we've got a few VHSs as well. Pulled the trigger on Dead Poets Society, movie with Robin Williams. I saw this a very long time ago, very clean VHS. And it was time to pull the trigger on it because I saw it out there enough in the wild. This one is called White Man's Burden. This is with John Travolta and Harry Belafonte. This is a very interesting movie that came out, I believe, in the 90s, where reality just changed sides. That's the main title of the main, or should I say the undertitle of the main title, if that makes any sense. So a description of the movie. So within this movie, I've never seen it before, but I've seen a lot of commercials on it, I've seen a lot of trailers on it. I want to see what year this came out in because we got to do this right now, and you know how I am with years. So 89 minutes runtime, which is good. Rated R, not surprised. And this movie came out in... Is this one of those movies that hides the date that it actually came out? That's what my question is. And I have no idea. This is one of the first movies I can't find a date on, but I know it is a 90s movie. I always wanted to give it a watch, so hey, what are you going to do? I don't know if I have any more VHS, but this is the last one for this bag in the Salvation Army grab, so I didn't know that I didn't have this. I don't know how I did not have this, but I figure if I'm going to pull the trigger on it, it's going to be the VHS and Laserdisc. And Laserdisc you don't find many times in the wild, but when you do, grab them. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. According to my CLZ movie app, I do not own this. I don't know how I don't own this, because this is one of the funniest movies of all time. It's a cliche thing to say, I know, but it is a great movie. That unleashed a whole another line of movies that were extremely funny. So let's see what we got here. Bag number 2. Oh yeah, we get some more stuff. We're just trying to be careful and dig it out. This came out in 2003. I didn't know what it did at first, but after bringing this to the register, I figured it out. You ever hear of your friend telling you to pull your finger? I'm going to squeeze the finger. Judging by the accent and the look, this was probably to poke some fun at the expense of a former president. I believe it might be Bush. I'm not sure. Looks like them. And I find some weird stuff in the wild. Why did I get this? Because it's funny. And the ironic part is that the finger has a coloration. This one. I don't know. But it's funny, and it's going to go in the game room because it's weird. And it's one of those novelty items. So you sit there and cool your jets there, brother. All right. Got a few more things to go over. And that's it. Time to wrap it up. Wrap it up in a bow and bring it to you. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but I've seen commercials on it. I think. It is a show called Invasion. This is the complete series, so I'm guessing it only lasted a season. For centuries, man has searched the skies for signs of eternal. Take two. For centuries, man has searched the skies for signs of intelligent life. What if they were already here? Dun dun dun! I don't know. I'm guessing this has to do with aliens or something around those lines. Looks like a pretty cool show. It might be one of those shows, diamond in the rough. Or it could just not be good at all. I don't know. But two things for the boy. Didn't find anything for my daughter. This looks pretty cool. I actually kind of want to watch this one too. Ghosts, Goblins, and Ghouls. You got Casper the Friendly Ghost, Felix the Cat, and Groovy Ghoulies. I don't know what that's all about, but I'm a big fan of Casper. And this looks like very early 60s, 70s, maybe a little mix of the 80s in there, because you got the Headless Horseman, Magoo meets Frankenstein. They got some stuff with the Ghostbusters in here, so perfect for Halloween, even though it just passed, but remember what I said. Halloween's every day. A Christmas Story. I have this. I think I have this on many platforms. I think I have it on Laserdisc too. This is for the boy. Get him into the Christmas spirit the right way. And watch out, because you'll shoot your eye out with that kid. I mean, there's so many one-liners from this. There's so many things that we shouldn't do, like ever putting our tongue on a pole in the middle of the freezing weather. It's a very bad idea. This shows cause and effect. This is a teaching tool for us on things we should do, shouldn't do, and then wrapping it up with some good old family values. I personally like it. Don't you? Who doesn't? This would be on TNT 24 hours a day. I can honestly say, without falling asleep, I have successfully pulled off a 24-hour watch of A Christmas Story. After, on, over, and over, and over. I'm overloading just thinking about it. I did that. And why did I do that? See if I could do it. Will I ever do it again? I should be able to quote the whole movie. I should be able to read every line, but I can't. It was years ago when I tried it. And I failed a few times, but one year I finally did it. So, not a very easy feat. I don't know what it does for me, but hey, it's something fun. So we got those two things for the boy. Last, certainly not least, I don't know if this is going to be anything really worthy of it, but I don't really see it out in the wild very often. This is the DVD collection in widescreen of the Spider-Man Sam Raimi series, the Sam Raimi trilogy, the motion picture DVD trilogy. It comes with all three movies. Spider-Man 3, which it's a good movie, but it certainly has its parts where I scratch my head. Oh, why did they do Venom like that? The other two are fantastic, though. They're great. But I had a lot of fun watching all three of them. If I want to pop it in the DVD player on the CRT, I can. As a matter of fact, maybe that's why I got an extra AV cable for Genesis, which we'll go over when we get to the wrap up, which happens to be right now. So, overall, was time well spent today? Absolutely. Did we make some money? We did. Did we give it right back? We did. But will this in turn make us some profit? Hopefully. I got to track down some AC adapters. So, do it like the old days. Let me know in the comment section down below. What was your favorite thing that we got today? You've got many choices. And these are the AV cables, in case you want a closer look at them. We certainly got many choices. So, as always, you know where to leave it in the comment section. Now, over here is why I wanted to tell you why I want an extra AV cable. This is where the Genesis is. If you have any idea, those hookups are quite the pain in the buns to unplug and plug. So what I wanted to do, something a little easier. If I want to play the Genesis on the big box, simply plug, unplug, plug in, done, unplug, plug in, done. That makes sense? I think it does. Now, that is why I got that, because I can already get that taken care of with the other component cables that I have for the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo and whatever else I have over there. It's pretty simple, but those are the ones that I wanted to get. You folks are enjoying what you see. You're tuning into the videos. You're dropping comments. We're getting into great conversations, and you're entertained. That's all that matters to me. But thank you to the 124 awesome, amazing folks out there who have subscribed to the House of Fun and Video Games because they want to see more nonsense that we're buying, that we're reviewing, that we're playing games, whatever it may be. You're enjoying the content, and I truly appreciate that. It means the world to me. Now, for you out there that haven't subscribed, I bet you with those other 124 folks that you are going to follow. I bet you a lottery ticket worth $1 million that I'll never achieve, because you're going to be in the right place, right time for that, right? Where did that come from? I don't know. I guess I got the lottery on my mind. What would I do with $1 million? With those other 124 awesome, amazing folks, I bet you when they subscribe, they hit that notification bell. Not because I'm supposed to tell you, but because when I upload something, whether it's talking about a trip to the game store, flipping some shovelware, or maybe it's thrift time and finds, maybe it's revisiting an eBay purchase to see if it's authentic or not, because that's a tough video to shoot. But it has gathered a lot of interest from you out there. Or anything else we have to do, reviews, movie reviews I'd like to get to eventually. You'll be notified of it right away. Anyway, folks, this is Jason from Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. If you want to get a hold of me, share any of your finds, your game rooms, anything you want. There's a few different ways to do it with me. There is... Sorry, I was checking my imaginary list because I forgot what I was doing. There we go. Just remembered. You could check me out at Jason's House of Fun and Video Games on Facebook. On Twitter, Jason's House of Fun and Video Games as well. And that is how we can extend our conversations, because here on this platform, we're not allowed to share pictures, or at least we don't have that ability yet. Maybe someday, that'd be cool. And I'll catch you in the next one. Now, what are we going to watch? Because we've got to edit this video. I'm thinking it's time to pay some respects to Robin Williams and his fine line of work with some Dead Poet Society on VHS.